Actually, let's ask questions before. Thank you to those of you who are able to join us today for the Refresh Renew speaker panel. And I'm so grateful you're here. Thank you, thank you, thank you for taking a few minutes out of your Saturday. It is about 12 o'clock, a little bit after 12 on Saturday, October 11th, 2025. And we are 1 week past the first day of the Refresh Renew Summit, hosted or produced by Soul Heart Collaboration and me. Hopefully, you've had a chance to look at some of the videos out there. If you have not, please reach out to me or any of the speakers really to gain access to the amazing presentations that were given. We're going to talk really quickly, and it's going to be super, super quick, even quicker with just a few of us here, about if anybody, first of all, who by raise of hands had a chance to look at some of the presentations besides their own. Okay. Okay. Um, thank you for being candid about your experience here. Each speaker gave a topic that was near and dear to their own hearts. As the idea goes for the way that we collaborate together is, and it happens every year, and it always just blows me away, that one presentation leads to the next, which leads to the next, which leads to the next. And I don't plan it that way. It just serendipitously happens in a very wonderful, glorious, thank you, universe way. Um, so if you have not had a chance to watch anybody's presentation but your own, even your own, really, to be honest, even watching your own is kind of interesting. You learn so much about not only your own skills, but the editing process and what is out there in the public for everybody else to see. So it's, you know, I would welcome you to definitely do that if you haven't done that already. And but each one of us has all this amazing wisdom within us. So when we collectively share it, it's amazing what happens. And so I just want to ask a couple of questions. One is, in this self-development, personal development, professional development world, what makes you individually keep coming back to it? Um, Either to teach or to be part of it or to help others experience it. And yeah, so if you're interested in participating as a to answer, hi Lucy, so glad you joined us. um yeah, let who, go for it. There's no
I'm,
order of appearance.
I'm happy to start us off by
Love
answering.
that.
So hello, everybody. Um, the way that I would say it is because I do it all the time, and it is something that is not just about teaching; it's about doing. This is a way of life. These are the tools that I keep coming back to on a daily basis. I got sick recently. Guess what I'm doing? It's these tools in order to help me get over the illness. And then I think, and I'll speak for myself, but I think it's a universal principle with all of our speakers and a lot of the listeners. It's this is who we are, because once we understand something, we have to share it because we feel that it is our privilege to take the information and then to reciprocate so we can help others. So that would be my answer to it.
Love that. Thank you, Helen.
I would agree with that. I believe that we are living what we're teaching others. And if we're teaching others, we have a passion for it. And that's what's fueling it all. So I am a divine channel. So what I'm teaching, really, I'm learning along with the rest of the public all of these concepts. So I'm a facilitator of the learning and I'm learning it myself. And these are all concepts that are coming straight from divine source energy.
we have to grow. If we're not growing, we're dying, no? And I think if we're not actively if we're not actively growing, then life will force us to grow. If we're not actively sort of stretching, I mean, I'm just thinking about a tree. I'm just seeing this image of a tree, which I spoke a wee bit about in my presentation. But this idea of this tree reaching and growing, and I think if we're not actively doing that, life will force us to. And that was a big part of the presentation that I did that was about Pluto. That basically says, if you're not doing it yourself, life will want that truth from you. If we're not being truthful, if we're not really living who we're supposed to be, where we're pretending and things like that, then life will bring us some sort of health problem or a relationship breakdown or something big that really strips us bare and forces us to really look at who we are. And I think you asked why do I keep coming back? Is I keep coming back because a lot of these tools that we learn or meeting people is to help us actually understand that process. Because when we have those big life shake-ups or less dramatic, when we just start to feel a wee bit curious and we start having a little bit of a, I wonder what that might be like, or I wonder what's over there. We have a natural curiosity to move into those spaces. Then a lot of the stuff in the personal development movement or the spiritual movement, things like that, can help give us structure or to understand some sort of process or to feel part of something bigger and learn from that teaching. That's what I would say. Oh, I think you're on mute, Jimmy.
How about I'm here and I continue to come back, at least in part because my last name bears a striking resemblance to Jamie's last name. And if no, I'm sorry, the wrong script. No, I absolutely agree with everything everybody else has said. We are all teachers and we are all students, and the ability to transfer knowledge, information, experience between ourselves is part of the human condition. It's what we do. It's how we grow. And I am that I always feel like sort of an outsider looking in because everybody's discussions are so deep and spiritual and meaningful, and mine is not. But it's more technical, I suppose. But it's yes. I'm honored that you continue to ask me to be a part of your annual project.
You just come from the left brain mentality a little bit more, which is very grounding to those of us who are a little bit more in the ethers about how we go about life. So it's important that you're here. It's important that you uh, take part, and I'm just grateful that you're willing to participate and continue to grow with me. That's what makes our relationship so unique, honestly.
Yeah.
So thank you.
And I'm not a spiritual snob. I think every single part of life is really, really important. And I think it feels really good to have your feet on the ground.
Ironically, that's not always where mine are.
That's right.
He's a pilot, y'all. So when it comes to the spiritual growth and the personal growth and the professional growth, I think they all kind of mesh together. And many of you said that during your presentations. So thank you, because it's something that I've always kind of believed to be true. And just to hear it out of the mouths of other professionals in their field, it just confirms it for me. So thank you. Thank you for that. When it comes to what you personally present, why do you present it and what brings it to the surface? I know we've all talked about how we're all students and we're all teachers. Go a little bit beyond that. What makes you pursue and teach what you are here to teach?
So for me, the reason why I'm here to pursue and teach and help other individuals is because I have this internal drive to help other people understand what their sole purpose is. Why did they come here? And a lot of people have this misconception that their sole purpose is a point in time where they just do it rather than living it. And all of us are always expressing our sole purpose so naturally, we don't even realize that that's what our gift is. That's what our sole purpose is. And for me to be able to help people understand what, how do you bridge what your sole purpose is with practicality, you know, and then once people understand, oh, that's what I'm here to bring. Now, some people also believe that the reason why they're here to bring their sole purpose is to make a lot of money. But some people can choose to make money expressing their sole purpose or not. It's a choice, but it's always incorporated in your everyday life. It's not just a point in time. It's not just something that you do once in a while. It's not this pivotal mountain you reach. It's always on a consistent daily basis. And for me, I teach people that and I help them understand that because then they can understand that their purpose is something they're doing on a daily basis, even if they're not aware of it.
Thank you. Love that.
I'll go next because part of what I was going to say was I think part of what I'm here to do is to kind of go first with things. I believe that when we do things first, we give people permission. We don't, or by doing it, people feel more comfortable to say the thing, to do the thing because they've maybe seen someone else do it or say it or be it or live it. And I think that's really important because certainly there's been a lot of people who have inspired me, and I've thought, oh wow, yeah, I could maybe do that. And I think that's part of what I do, and that's through being like authentic and real and speaking from the heart and that sort of thing. And I shared at the summit about astrology. And again, when we're talking about permission, something that I've seen time and time again is when people start to look at their own astrology natal chart that is completely, it's just about them. It's just about them. And when people start to see that and they can see themselves in it and they can see the different parts of their psyche, it can sometimes give people permission to be more of that and say, oh yeah, it's okay that I like that weird stuff, or it's okay that I like exploring that sort of darker side of life, or whatever it might be, because people tend to, not all people, but a lot of people, we tend to hide the most interesting parts of ourselves, actually. And I've found that the stuff that people keep hidden it's the stuff that interests me about people. It's the stuff that's really beautiful about people, or just really interesting about people. And those parts of ourselves that seem bigger or a strange shape or just different, we often have had sort of feedback from the world that that's odd or weird, so we hide these things away. But actually, I think part of our life is about opening all those cupboards, about all those bits that are hidden away, but opening that and showing it, just like I keep talking about nature today, but like just like a flower opening up its petals and blooming. And I really hope that's some of the stuff that I help people with, is to help them feel safe enough to look at themselves and to think, yeah, I want to be more of who I am. And Lucy, I love that you were talking about that, about purpose is just being you. Because I think some people, it's like people think, yeah, that they, or I speak to some people and they don't see, they don't necessarily even see being like a parent as part of their purpose, and they think, oh, I've not found my purpose yet, and they might have a family. And I think our purpose can change, and like our purpose is to express all that we are, and we definitely have different parts of ourselves.
What you
So
mentioned, Claire,
that's what
about
I feel like.
yeah, what you
Yeah.
mentioned about each one of us kind of taking the lead and allowing others to have permission. The
Mhm.
flash image that came to me was the junior high school students or the, you know, 11 to 13-year-olds at a dance. How we all kind of stay in our little corners and our little groups. Nobody gets on the dance floor until that one person is like, screw it. I'm going to dance. Y'all can join me. And they feel really geeky sometimes and really, on the spot, in the spotlight. But it gives everybody else permission to get out there and just join and be part of the dance and just have fun. And yeah, so I agree with you. I think all of us here, any speaker, any person that's standing on a platform of knowledge and willing to share it is somebody who allows others to share their knowledge as well. So thank you. I agree.
Joy, did you want to say something, or I'll go?
You can go ahead.
Okay. So it's all of the things that you have mentioned. In addition to that, and Joy mentioned this in her response, by being a divine channel. The information that comes in from the divine. So the responsibility that I have, if I've gotten that morsel of knowledge or that kernel of information that can grow within, my duty is to share that with the world. Otherwise, why am I being that channel that receives the information? I feel that it is I'm one of the chain. And if I receive something, I understand it, I'm able to demonstrate it in a way that can be helpful to others, then it is my responsibility to do so. If I don't, then I will not be a part of that chain. So that's one thing. The second thing is, the more I go through life, the more I see that things get peeled away, because from the time that we're young to the time that we leave the place, it's essentially a journey to take all of the other people's beliefs and energies and put them on yourself and become heavy and confused about who you are. And then the rest of the life is about letting all of them go to finally find yourself. And as I do that going through life, I want to speed up that journey for others. And it's not my responsibility for them to accept it, but it is my responsibility to show them that it is possible. So if they can do that earlier and enjoy more of their life, then I feel like I have accomplished my purpose in this regard. And then finally, the one defining characteristic of me is that I've never believed in limitations. People put a lot of limitations on themselves. I've been the opposite. I believe that I can do anything. Whether I'm able to or not, that's a whole different story, but the belief is strong that I can accomplish it. So by being an entrepreneur, a writer, an actor, a dad, and still being able to have a family dynamic that I'm happy with in my relationships. By doing all of these things, hopefully, and I know that I'm doing that with my children, they know that, yeah, it doesn't matter what dad is into. If he decides it, he's going to make it happen. So it is one of the things that I try to bring to the world and speak about it, that don't put limitations on yourself. It's not about how old you are. It's not about where you come from. It's not about your education, your income levels, or opportunities. Limitations are things that we only put on ourselves. And by showing that I can do these things to whatever level that I'm able to, hopefully that inspires others to do the same.
Love that.
Yeah, I agree with everything that Alan said. And to piggyback on that is a lot of the work that I do as a divine channel is helping others realize that we're here to evolve through our emotional blockages. So, like Alan mentioned, the limitations um, in our human state, we're constricted and we feel very limited and very low. And that's why we're here to evolve through all of that. And I feel very passionate because I have felt very low in my life and I've overcome a lot. And just like everyone, but we all have that availability to us. And it's to understand that we all have that the limitations and but we're here to sprout up through the soil, figuratively speaking, and grow and evolve through those emotions. So if you're feeling low, you're not the only one. We all as humans feel that way, and that's why we came into the physical, to evolve through that. And we all deserve to feel secure, and evolving through your emotions is how you do that. And so I'm a big, you know, supporter of meditation and just that soul connection and allowing your ego mind to feel safe and supported here in your soul connection. And then from there, you can evolve through all these emotions. So I do what I do because I feel very passionate about it and it is my calling. And so I love feeling it myself. So I love to share that with others who appreciate that. So yeah.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Lucy, I feel the draw to you.
Yes. Well, I'd like to apologize. I do have another meeting today's back to back with my appointments and with my group meetings. So it's been a pleasure meeting you all.
Thank
Many
you.
blessings for you all. And I will be seeing you next time.
For you. Thank you. We're just about done. Mwah.
Thanks, Lucy. Loved your presentation.
Yeah. Yeah. Super fun. So yeah, so we're going to wrap it up because we only have like 2 more minutes. What's a good last question? How about one piece of advice that you have to anybody who's listening where they are? One piece of advice. Go for it.
I would say you are deserving of feeling good about you. So step into that and allow your fear to just be next to you and comfort your fear and allow your fear to feel safe with you, because your fear is just all past versions of you that felt that fear. And we're evolving through that. And you are deserving.
Beautiful answer. Alan?
I would say be discerning about the information that you're consuming, because there's a lot of people saying things that might be right for them, to give them the benefit of the doubt. It might be right for them, might be right for a lot of people, but might not be right for you. So I would have a healthy relationship with the information that you're consuming. Don't necessarily believe everything that you're hearing and seeing, especially in this age of AI and things being fabricated. So be discerning. Don't want to turn into skeptics. We don't want like what's happening to make us really suspicious of everyone, but just a healthy discernment and see what feels right for you. Because I really do feel that there's more than one path for everyone. And I don't think that everyone is necessarily here to walk a spiritual path necessarily.
Alan, go for it.
Joy and I are piggybacking off of each other the whole panel, so I'll continue in that way. When you asked the question, the immediate things that I would normally say came to mind first, and then I paused to listen. And what came in is the message that I want to share, which is let go. Um, if you're holding on to your past, let go. If you're fearful of something, let go. If you're worried about something, let go. If you are excited about doing something and then you have emotions or other people's expectations standing in your way, let them go. We talk about being in the flow, being present. All of that happens when you let go.
Love, love. Jean?
My biggest takeaway in my career, in my life, has been to be true to yourself. So that's what I would offer other people. You know, don't worry about pleasing other people. Don't worry about fitting into a mold. Be true to yourself. Figure out who you are first, and then go for it.
Love it. Love it. My piece of advice is keep showing up. Keep showing up again for yourself first, because, put your own oxygen mask on so that you can help others put theirs on. It's just the way of the world. When you elevate you, when you grow, when you show up as your authentic self, you help others do the same. So I mean, all of us are saying it in just a slightly different way, which is why these speaker panels are so amazing and powerful, because you're hearing it just slightly different so that it's going to land with a lot of different people. So thank you for being here. Thank you, all the speakers. Thank you for whoever watches this in the future, and have an amazing day.